Good afternoon, welcome to today's yoga snack. So we'll be doing a practice sitting in a chair as so. So if you want to make your way to whatever chair, hard back preferably, so an office chair, dining room chair, that's fine. And remember, usual note that if we're doing something and it causes you pain or an unsafe feeling in your body, then by all means stop, maybe make a little adjustment, or just let that pose, that movement go, and we'll move on as quickly as we can. So, when you're ready, I'm going to make my way to the chair. So, sitting down, and ideally you want to have your feet flat on the floor, so you can always use kind of blocks or books to prop your feet up as you need. Want to have your sit bones nice and grounded, and we want to be kind of nice and tall, sitting in an upright position. You can have your back a little way away from the chair, so you're using your muscles to support yourself, or you can sit back, let the chair support you. Either way, nice, tall through your spine. And from here, a few breaths. Just smooth in and out. You can close your eyes or soften your gaze. Just a few breaths here to calm, center, and prepare yourself for your yoga practice. And we're going to start with some shoulder rolls. So you can link this with your breath. You can inhale as you roll your shoulders up, exhale as they come back and down. Or inhale one roll, exhale on another. And just taking a few rolls in one direction. And then switching it up, rolling forward and down. Just easing through your shoulders, almost like you're shrugging it out. And then checking in on your posture. If you started slouching, or if you'd like to adjust, sit up nice and tall, and a little bit of neck movement. So maybe turning, look over one shoulder, back to center, over the other shoulder, and a few times each way. There can be a tendency to rush movements through the neck, so try not to do that. And then gently dropping chin to chest. Back is still nice and straight, and then lifting the chin, space in the front of the throat. And so up and down. Just a few times. And then back to the middle, and we've done our no, we've done our yes, and we'll do our maybe. So dropping one ear to one shoulder, lift up, and the other side. It's when I do this, I really notice the tension I'm holding in my neck that I hadn't realized was there. So a few times, smooth breath. And then when you're ready, coming back, and again, maybe having a little bit of free movement, wriggle it out. And we're going to do some cat-cows, flexing, extending through your spine. So you may want to come a little closer to the edge of your chair. You may prefer not to, but this may make the movement easier on your hips. So starting with nice tall spine, and then as you inhale, lifting your chest, arching through your back, shoulders back back and down. And as you exhale, gently round through the back. Drop your chin to your chest. And move back and forth, rippling through. So just a few times. I'll turn to the side so you can see from this angle. And then maybe one more each way. And then coming back to your neutral position. And we're going to take our hands and place either on the back of your head, kind of on the base of your head and your neck. So wherever is comfortable, maybe even the top of your head. So wherever your hands are placed, you can maybe interlace your fingers or place one hand on top of the other. And a breath here, feeling tall through the top of your head and like your elbows are drawing out to the side. If this doesn't work, doesn't feel comfortable for you, feel free to bring your hands to your hips or to your waist and think of the same thing, elbows drawing back. And from here, whether your hands are on your hips or somewhere on your head, we're going to do a few gentle twists. So just turning to one side and then coming back to center and turning the other way. So you'll notice it's not a big movement. Trying to twist from your upper body, which can be a bit tighter. So again, doesn't matter if your hands are lifted or lowered. And we'll take one more each way. Coming back to center and maybe giving yourself a little bit of a shake. And we're going to come for some side bends. So again, you can have your hands on your waist or on your hips, or having them maybe top of your head, back of your neck. Taking a breath, feeling like you're drawing up nice and tall through your spine. Take an inhale to start. And as you exhale, just gently drop to one side. And then inhale, lift up. Exhale as you drop to the other side. And repeat. So again, same thing, but if your hands are on your hips, still the same movement. One more each side. And then coming back to center, releasing your hands down, maybe having a little shake. And so we're going to come for some leg lifts. Again, you might want to be closer to the edge of your chair, or if you want more support, sitting further back. I'm going to do this towards the edge of your chair, and I'll turn slightly so you have a better view. Whichever you're doing, you want to feel strong and supported through your middle. There's this muscle that wraps all the way around, so you want to imagine that kind of corseted feeling. And then all you're going to do with your hands maybe is just gently lift one knee up towards your chest and then release it down. So you can use your hand to help support you, or if you prefer, you can see about doing it without holding. So slow, controlled movements, whether you're using your hands or not. And again, broad through the top of the chest. And option, the next time, lift your leg and then straighten it. And bring it back in and release and switch sides. Now when you straighten, it doesn't have to be totally straight. Can keep a nice softness in your knee. So we're going to do one more of these each side. This is just an option. You can continue with solely lifting the leg. And there's another option here. So you can continue with leg lifts, leg extending, or you can add on so you can extend the leg and then cross your heel over your shin. Straighten out and come back and switch sides. So whichever option you're choosing, it's fine. So leg lift, maybe extend, option to cross, come back out and release. So whichever you're doing is absolutely fine, taking breaks whenever you need to. I'm going to do one more each side. I'm really kind of feeling it now, so maybe you are too. And then gently releasing, maybe again having a bit of a wriggle, and if you like you can bring your forearms to your thighs and just gently release. Take a breath. Nice supported forward fold. And then when you're ready, lifting back up. And we're going to do a little hip stretch, figure four stretch. Now, depending on how your hips are feeling, if you straighten your left leg, and then as you're doing, kind of crossing your ankle somewhere along your leg, so it can be quite low down. This knee is dropping out. And then depending on how your knee, your hip are feeling, you can lift your leg further up. You might want to give yourself a hand. You can maybe have it above the knee, trying to avoid your knee, particularly if you have knee issues. And maybe you feel like you have more, so you can bring your left foot in closer towards you. This feels a bit intense for me, so I'm going to scooch my leg back out and drop down. Wherever you are is fine. Taking a breath. And then as you exhale, just gently hinge forward, so keeping your spine long, looking down towards your toes. A breath here. And then inhale as you lift up and gently release out, maybe giving yourself a little bit of a wriggle. Switch sides. So right leg, starting with it kind of straight out. And then left ankle can cross over at the ankle, letting that knee drop out. Notice how this feels, and then maybe play with bringing your left foot further up your leg. Seeing where is the point for you. See, this side, I feel much more space than I did on the other side, so don't worry if one side feels very different to the other. So finding the point that works for you. Inhale, lift and lengthen your spine. Exhale, gentle hinge, fold forward. As you notice, I don't go very far. That's all I need to do for me to feel the sensation in my body. On your next inhale, gently lifting up. Exhale, release it out. Again, maybe have a little wriggle. And we'll do one hamstring stretch. So again, scooching to the edge. And then what you're going to do is have your right leg out in front of you, heel on the floor. Think about drawing your toes back towards you, flexing through your foot. And this may be completely sufficient, in which case, stay here. Or if you have a bit more space, want some more intensity, inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, gentle hinge forward. And perhaps you notice how little a movement you need to do in order to feel that sensation. A smooth breath here. And then inhale as you lift up, gently switch sides, straightening out your other leg, heel is on the ground, drawing your toes towards you. Inhale as you lift and lengthen. Exhale, stay where you are if that's sufficient, or gentle movement forward. And a few smooth breaths here. If it feels too intense, by all means, ease off. One more breath here. And then inhale, drawing your leg back in, exhale, shaking it all off, and we're done. So thank you very much for joining me today, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.